Rob, what are you wearing?
2016 kind of sucked. However, for geeks like us, there's some really fun, cool, exciting things that transpired. Like this virtual reality headset.
Where is that plugged into?
You don't want to know.
I think we all have to admit 2016 was kind of a shitty year.
A few things that actually happened in 2016 that were actually pretty decent.
Yeah. 2016 was not a total loss. Entertainment actually did hit, especially toward the end of 2016. It really hit a good flow.
What you watching in there, man?
You don't want to see.
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. I love to sing.
There were a couple of things in 2016 toy-wise that brought me great joy.
Okay.
I'm going to go two ways. First, the common people toys, and then the people with too much money toys. So
adult toys.
Yeah.
Adult collectibles.
So common people
Dolls.
toys, as we talked about before, this Titans Return line that's all Headmasters. You got figures like this. Highbrow was the only Headmaster I had as a kid, and now I've got this excellent version. He's got the little head that comes off, is so great, and he's like, he's like $10 at Walmart right now.
Dan's taking him into the shower with him.
Hey, now.
No, this is 12-year-old. This is the thing. This is 12-year-old you being fulfilled by like toys of the day. I feel it, totally.
Yeah.
But the thing about this is Masterpiece Hot Rod. We already had a Masterpiece Rodimus, and when they announced this, it was like, and the pictures of it were all taken at awkward angles, and it was like, oh, that's awful. I didn't even order it. And then we went to BotCon, and people had it at BotCon, and I was like, that is really nice looking.
He's
and then
awful
Omar
bright.
got it, and I saw it on Omar's shelf. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've seen. So just how surprising this figure was and how great it really is, this is my favorite figure.
And I'll tell you, so like, you know,
He comes with a fishing rod.
He comes with a fishing
You can
rod.
take
That's
Daniel
hilarious.
fishing.
That's hilarious.
Since we're talking about figures, Mega House has been producing some wonderful, I think, female fan service, which is the sit on the chair versions of some of the One Piece characters.
With the cigarettes.
I have Sanji on a chair, so he's got his little...
Note to self, go to the gym all day.
Suck it in.
I know.
Here we go.
And they're nice. They just announced Zoro that's coming out next year. They have Sabo and Law. Law's to be come out. And then this one is Fem version Law. So they're doing Fem versions of some of the One Piece characters as well. And she is pretty sweet.
I will say those are figures that I wish I had. Not that I don't give a shit about them sitting on chairs, but I like the Fem versions of those figures. But obviously, I'm running out of space, so I was like, man, if I get Fem Law, I'm gonna have to get Fem Luffy. If I get Fem Luffy, I'm gonna have to get Fem fucking.
If I give the mouse a
Usopp.
cookie, I'm gonna have to give it a go.
I know. And then he came over to my house and he was like,
Yeah, the first thing I did was
Damn.
rubber titties, not yours. Fem Law.
Every time he goes over to Tina's
When I
house.
this,
That's how Latino people say hello.
titties.
I've been waiting a long time for this collection. This is probably my favorite collection that have come out last year. This is the Uncanny X-Men Volume 3 Omnibus. And the reason I enjoyed this one is because it's been about 5 years since the last one came out. This collects about 30 issues. It also collects the Wolverine miniseries. But this one holds a very, very special place in my heart because it collects my favorite X-Men story, which is God Loves, Man Kills. I could do a whole episode on God Loves, Man Kills. It is the epitome of what an X-Men story should be. But it also collects my very first X-Men comic, and that is Uncanny X-Men 168. Professor Xavier is a jerk.
Now,
Which isn't necessarily a wrong thing to say.
I do want to point out, though, and correct me if I'm wrong about One Piece, but so far, all of our favorite things about 2016 have been retreads of 80s things.
Well, which is funny that you say that because one of the things, your Mega Man shirt is exactly exemplifies this. A little game
That's still a cash cow from Capcom, man.
It is.
Legacy.
Mighty Number 9. So this is a Kickstarter game that, as someone who enjoyed Mega Man games, I played through all of it on the PlayStation 4, and I thought it was a blast because it was a throwback to my childhood playing Mega Man 2, one of the greatest games ever, with awesome, fantastic music, hard bosses. The graphics were kind of, but I had
You liked it because it challenged you.
What version did you play? Because a lot of people complain about every version.
Yeah,
just
every
about.
version. The PlayStation 4 is the version that I played, and of all of them, you could probably say it is the most playable one.
I'm going to call it Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Because, I don't play a lot of games, but by God, I've been playing Pokemon Go since July 7th.
So this is what I want to know about this. Why? Because I'm a gamer.
I don't know!
Is it just a nostalgia?
Because the motherfucker wants to catch them all.
It's addictive, and I just have to catch them all. It really is.
Pull this.
I mean, at first it was like, okay, fun. When it first came out, all right, good. This is fun. I can just go out, take a walk, and play video games.
Exercise, nerds. I saw so many nerds walking down the street.
Right.
Oh, they're playing Pokemon Go.
And then for a while, it was, this is fun. Look at everybody's playing this game. And then really, it did just become about grinding it out. By God, it's sunk cost fallacy. If I put this much time into this game, I'm gonna catch all these motherfuckers.
You literally have to catch them all.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day was Deadpool Day, right?
Deadpool
Came out. Deadpool was a
Wow.
small movie.
That was
that really?
2016.
That was
Yeah.
last year. Yeah, Valentine's Day. So that was a small movie that was put together because Ryan Reynolds really wanted this role, and then Tim
Even though he
Miller
was-
and Ryan Reynolds did this little CG short.
There's no easy way to say this. I'm pregnant, Trevor.
And the studio saw it and they're like, yeah, fuck it, go ahead. Here's like,
$100.
a third of the budget that we usually make people, give
Right.
people to make a movie, and they did it, and it killed it. They had an R-rated movie.
Well, one of the first.
Well, one of the first R-rated comic book movies that was, very Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and because he breaks the fourth wall in the comic books, and he was doing the same thing in the movie. It was a really fun movie. I mean, and Civil War came out in May, and Captain America: Civil War killed it. Like
Civil War was awesome.
Yeah, it
we
was
can't
a
talk
good
about movies without talking about Civil War. And to wrap up the other movie that I really enjoyed, I think it would have to be Arrival. I don't know if you guys have seen Arrival yet, but it came out late last year, about November. It was wonderful.
That's the only other movie that came out late last year that you really enjoyed?
Wasn't a big fan of Star Wars Rogue One.
Hold on. Before we talk about Rogue One, Civil War, just for a second. I totally believe that Civil War should have been what Age of Ultron was. Like, you could kick out Age of Ultron and make it like the Avengers and Civil War. I think
a lot of people agree with that.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Civil War was a really good movie. I have high hopes now for the Infinity War that the two brothers are directing. So.
Infinity. And Deadpool was a love story.
All right, Dan, let's hear it. The movie late last year started sometime around December.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about a comic book.
Bait and switch.
This is Lost Light #1. This is the kind of relaunching of the Transformers More Than Meets the Eye comic. This is one of the best sci-fi comics out there, period. Bar none. The fact that it has transforming robots from your childhood in it is kind of unrelated.
Completely agreed. The IDW run, especially Phase 2, completely amazing.
And
some of my favorite comic books I read every month.
Why?
Usually
those.
Why?
So More Than Meets the Eye started, it was 50 some odd issues, so it started a while ago.
About 56, yeah.
And James Roberts has been writing it this whole time, and he is weaving this cast of characters that includes some characters from the 80s, but they've all got more or less new characterizations that fit with the IDW universe, but that he has really given these characters depth to the point where, like, the driving force behind my feeling about the toys and stuff, because it's always been very tied to the fiction for me, is coming from this rather than anything else. And, like, I'm going to drop hundreds of dollars on third-party Rodimus toys because they're finally coming out with, one of the third-party creators is finally coming out with a Rodimus that is this IDW Rodimus. But this book, it is so well written, and there are so many things that are just dropped as hints or Easter eggs early on that really pay off time after time after time. I've gone back over the last week and reread this entire series, and it is just astoundingly good. And so this year they're starting with a new #1. If you haven't started reading it, this is a great place to start.
So Optimus Prime, Transformers, Lost Light, and then what's the third comic book called? I think it's just called Transformers. Right.
I think it's called Till All Are One.
That's it. 7 to Eternity. It is Rick Remender and Jerome Opeña back together again. They did that run on Uncanny X-Force, which was pretty good. But before that, they did kind of like their magnum opus, which was the Fear Agent. Now being published by Dark Horse. 7 to Eternity is just a really good... I've only... about 5 issues are in right now. But it's just... The artwork is so amazing. It's the story of this... kind of like this dark overlord called Mud King. The King of Whispers.
I heard you like Mudkips?
No. Not Mudkips. Mud King. King of Whispers. Anyway, he is ruling over this land. The land is called Zal. And, but there are people that are against him that are forming an alliance. And it's the Osiris clan that started this. Adam Osiris, his father got killed by this character named the Piper, who is one of the henchmen that the Mud King went and sent out there to get, like, him. Hey, join our side. We're good. We can make this world better. So it's a really good story, and the artwork is wonderful. I highly recommend. That's probably my favorite book of 2017.
Cool.
New comic.
I just see an army of mudkips like coming for mudkips. So game wise, like board games, I think Secret Hitler has been my favorite that's come out last year. I did a few Kickstarters. This is my favorite Kickstarter. Also did a
Oh, it's just Final Fantasy 15.
No,
it was like,
apparently Mighty Number 9 was better than Final Fantasy 15.
I haven't gotten there, cock!
We'll talk about that in a moment.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
So it's another Resistance-like game. I briefly touched over it on our board game episode, but it is stellar. Every time I take it to parties or over to friends' house, they absolutely adore it. They say, where can I get this? And I believe it is back in stock. It should be back in stock.
So Secret Hitler, huh?
Secret Hitler.
That's one of your favorites?
That is one of my favorite board games that have come out. Dungeon Busters was okay.
Just the card game that we played?
That we played.
I do love the theme of the things we like about 2016 are taking, people who shouldn't be ruling things and turning it into fun entertainment.
Well, there is an option to make Hitler into Trump in this game. So not saying that it prophesized anything.
Yeah, Max Temkin, one of the guys behind that, has a great podcast that has been
scathing,
fun to listen to.
Fun.
So speaking of games that are not board.
What?
No. So 2016, the first half of 2016, I think was a little dry, but there were things like Overwatch, Firewatch.
As far as gaming,
Overwatch.
As far as gaming is concerned,
Yeah.
So, okay. But I think the second half of 2016, especially the latter half, really brought some things that we've been looking forward to for a long time. For example, since you keep giving me grief about it, versus Mighty Number 9, Final Fantasy 15. I've been waiting for this game for 10 years because I was one of the 6 people that liked Final Fantasy 13, and they promised, hey, Final Fantasy 13 versus, right? Final Fantasy versus 13, whatever. So finally, it's here. No pun intended. After 10 years, and
you fully intended it.
Subconsciously, yes. And it is the real deal, Holyfield, legit. It is a lot of fun. It is different than other Final Fantasy I've had. Like, you have to eat food, and you have to, run around, and people running around, and it's real-time action. But that all said, it's a lot of fun. It's like the 4 of us going on a road trip, and we're hanging out, and the things that really make Final Fantasy 15...
Technically, it would be the 3 of you guys.
True.
Oh,
you
have you seen them? They all look like chicks.
Blonde. Yeah. The dude looks like a chick. You can be that dude.
He is very sweet looking.
He's
nice.
Anyway, go ahead.
So he looks like this guy. So that said, though, they take pictures as you're playing through the game because you have to eat and camp and things like that. And they have all these crazy conversations as you're doing things. Yes, at the end of the day, you're fighting monsters and destroying the evil thing, which I'm not going to spoil anything. But it's a lot of fun, and it brings the experience. And maybe because I'm in near mint condition, I appreciate all of us hanging out and going to do stuff, and it really appeals to me as a game. So this is cool. And the other game that took 9 years to come out, it was debut on the PlayStation 3, was the sequel to Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, would be The Last Guardian. And this game also is the legit, this came out in December 2016, it is also legit the real deal Holyfield. So I don't really play Final Fantasy 15 around my kids, but Like Last Guardian, absolutely. Like every time the kids are like awake and it's okay for them to watch TV for
You're
half
not
an hour.
cussing when he goes the wrong way or doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like,
I
lift
get
up.
frustrated when I play Shadow of the Colossus because I'm like, you stupid fucking horse, come this way. Tico is the exact same way. Tico, this way. Tico,
No,
where the
so-
fuck are you at?
So this is the problem that you're doing. You're not treating. You have to feed Trico and pet Trico and love on Trico, and then once you do that, like you pet him and he's your friend, and you can tell him go this way, and he listens to you if you give
No,
him attention.
don't get me wrong, it's a wonderful game. It's just, it has much like Shadow of the Colossus and
Look at-
Ico,
Ico,
a few
Ico.
flaws. I'm gonna bring it back to comics because I love comic books. I'm a big fan of the collected editions. So some of my favorite ones that came out last year were Monstrous, which is a really good book. Uncle Scrooge and the Donald Duck box sets that they're doing. It's Fantagraphics. They're doing the Don Rosa collection, and I love Don Rosa. He's my favorite duck artist. And
And
I know
local Kentuckian.
he is out of Louisville, Kentucky. And the thing about this third box set that just came out, it finishes off the life and times of Uncle Scrooge story, which is the definitive origin story to Uncle Scrooge. It gives a beginning and an ending to his story. So if you've never read it, I definitely recommend getting the collections that Fantagraphics are doing. War of the Kings was released by Marvel Comics. That was another really good book that I was looking forward to. The Miss Marvel Omnibus was really good. That was the first time I had read about that character. And how can I not talk about Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls? It was amazing.
Okay.
And
speaking of, I'm gonna stop you right there. Speaking of comics, let's talk about hardware, and specifically video game hardware. We got a lot of cool.
of course.
Yeah, seamless transition. We got a lot of cool like video game hardware pieces to look at. We have talked about the NES. Not the NES Mini, the NES Classic Edition. We've talked about that a bunch, but I think one of the coolest pieces of hardware that came out in 2016, and my nipples are really hard about this, is the PlayStation.
Oh, it's not a fedora on your head. Okay.
So what was cool
It's a
about
virtual fedora.
this came out at the end of November 2016. No, end of October, whatever. It came out toward the end. And this is the there are other like VR headsets. There's the HTC Vive, or the Oculus Rift run by racist Lucky what's his name, but whatever. but forget those. This is the first set that's somewhat affordable. Like if you already have a PlayStation, it's kind of affordable. But this was $399. There's a bundle for $499. I'm spoiled, so I already had like the two little ones.
Now, $399 including the PlayStation 4?
No.
Separate.
No,
It's
it's separate.
Fuck that.
No, okay. When you put your face in this, that's not what you said. You were
So that's the guy that paid $250.
Wait,
for some of these
wait.
figures.
Much better than Virtual Boy.
Okay, I have a Virtual Boy, and I have to say this is a little better than Virtual Boy. The hardware, the screen is a high enough resolution, and the refresh rate is 60 to 90 to 120 hertz, which
I
means
just like that you can put it over your glasses.
Yes,
They
yes,
actually
so
thought about it.
glasses. Boom, normal glasses. I can see. So I have I have VR Worlds. I have this Batman game, and the Batman game. If you're a DC guy, which I think you guys are, like
No idea. What does it stand for?
So I can't tell you that. I don't know. Dick cock. That's what it stands for. So like you start out in the Batman
Favorite
game.
Pokemon.
You start out in Batman. You start out in Wayne
Dick
Manor.
butt.
You start out in Wayne Manor, and like you're in the manor, and you have like the PlayStation Move controllers, and they're your hands, and you look, and it's Bruce Wayne's hands, and you you descend into, you do a secret six, and you descend into the Batcave, and you put on the cowl, the gloves, the suit, and at one point, once you're fully Batman, you look in this mirror, and you actually are Batman. You move your head around, and you move your arms, and you have like the 5 o'clock shadow and blue eyes. You're freaking Batman. And that whole game is $20. It's like maybe 2 hours of experience. It was amazing how it completely submersed you into this. And one of the final things I want to talk about with PSVR, the potential of where this can go. And I'm really excited, now that we're in 2017, where this can go. There's a little silly downloadable free game called The Playroom VR, and in it was a game called Robot Rescue, whatever. If you bought a PlayStation camera, you got The Playroom, which is like an AR experience where you looked on the screen and robots were in your living room floor, you can kick them and do stuff. Haha, whatever. So there's this game called Robot Rescue, and when you start it, it's like Mario 64. So you're looking around, and you're in this Mario 64 cartoon-esque world, and you have your controller, and you're running around, and you're collecting dudes, and at the end of this thing, which was free, it was like maybe 20 minutes of play, you're like, oh my god, this is the potential of what VR can do. I can play these third-person cartoony like platformers, and it's actually I'm in the world that is like that. I'm in the world. It blew my mind.
Speaking of world, have you seen Westworld? And then we can talk about Yuri on Ice, and we can talk about
Or
Kaijo.
we'll just call this a day.
Oh, Dan, you're
I know. But we got to get to talking
Such
about
a
2017 at some point.
next episode.
But you forgot the best thing about 2016.
What's the best thing about 2016?
It's this show, Rob.
That's right.
It's our
we gave
show.
birth to this show.
Near mint condition. We were born in what, May? May 2016.
Spring babies.
Absolutely.
You know what they say about
Thank
spring
you all
things.
for watching until now.
Please don't hit the unsubscribe button.
Thank you guys for watching another Near Mint Condition. If you like, please subscribe, comment down below. Tell us some of the geeky things that redeemed 2016 for you.
You know, where the Pokestops were and things like that. But still, everyone to this day in 2017 are still playing this game.
Yeah.
I felt bad for all the people that had fuck spots around town in the middle of the night. Because now you had kids going, hey, what's that? That's not a Pikachu.